All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So, I know you guys, it's been a minute since I did like an audio as far as a video. So, I'm really excited to be doing that again. That was definitely something that I used to do. I think it was in 2022. But nonetheless, you guys, I just wanted to go ahead and get into the topic here. I wanted to talk a little bit about we was actually referring to the live that I had did when we were talking about covert narcissists and how they do a lot of damage because it's difficult to identify them. That one actually did get a lot of likes. So again, I do appreciate you guys for definitely supporting the channel and giving it a like and sharing and subscribing and all that good stuff. But basically, there was like two other topics that I wanted to touch on. And the first one was the person, well, this was actually just a comment. The person was just saying that they found that narcissists are extremely egotistical. And that I do find that to be true. That's a for sure thing. And I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I guess maybe this could also just be, another way in which you can identify, maybe you could be dealing with a narcissist and things like that. How you can identify or just something to be on the lookout for. And by the way, you guys, I never want to like try to make anyone be afraid or feel any fear or kind of just panicking and thinking that everyone's a narc because, as we did say on the live as well, is that everybody is not a narcissist. Many people could have the tendencies. They could behave and have certain actions and certain demeanors and certain um, just ways in which attitudes on how they may treat people and behave and things like that. But they're not really classified as a narcissist per se. But some people could just behave in, a toxic way, an unhealthy way, or a way that's just really, um, it's more of it may not be polite, right? It may be unpolite. It could be, um, just maybe rude or inconsiderate, that kind of thing. So, you definitely have that. But anyways, but yeah, I kind of wanted to touch on how the narcissist can be egotistical, so this is going to be, a way you can just keep this in mind if you know someone that could be this way, or you may have a feeling that you may know somebody or somebody else, could be dealing with a person that's a narcissist. One of the biggest ways that you can tell if someone is a narcissist is if they're egotistical. Now, you may be like, well, Joy, what does egotistical mean? Right? You have that word ego in there too. So I do want to touch on that, but let's talk about egotistical. So you can go to vocabulary.com as usual, right? So it says to be egotistical is to have an inflated view of your self-importance, basically to think you're better than everyone else. You might express this egotisticism by constantly reminding your friends that you have a fantastic figure or a magnificent mind. I hope I said that right. Definitions of egotistical. So yeah, just basically a person that could always be, comparing themselves to all the other people all the time, or saying like, "Oh, I'm better than you," or "I'm better than you in this aspect," or "Look at me, look, I have this," or "Look, I have that," kind of thing. And it's nothing wrong with like being proud of your accomplishments. It's nothing wrong with being proud of like elevation in life or accomplishing things, setting goals, crushing those goals. You know what I mean? Like achievements, those are all great things, and I congratulate all of you and I commend all of you for those of you that have been able to accomplish the things that you want, or maybe you're striving to do that. That's amazing. But it's never okay to like put people down, to make yourself feel better, or to try to like remind people like, "Oh, hey, look, I have this and you don't," or "Hey, look, I have that and you don't," kind of thing. That's just more so like, it's coming from a place of insecurity, and also egotistical, right? So that's never cool to do, right? And so, but yeah, and a person, also egotistical person, is someone who's preoccupied. Sorry, my tongue is like, I feel like maybe somebody doesn't want me to say something because my tongue is like wanting to say something, but it's like kind of, how the tongues be. But anyway, y'all. The words trying to come out. Y'all know what I mean. But anyway, so a person who is preoccupied with his or her own interest, selfish person, conceited person as well. So, and it's nothing wrong with believing yourself. As I said, you guys, nothing wrong with believing yourself, loving yourself, having value, having self-worth, and thinking highly of yourself, but not to where you're trying to make other people feel bad, not to where you're trying to hurt people, not to where you're trying to make other people feel lower than you. And I know sometimes it could be where you may do this unknowingly. Like sometimes this may happen and you may not do it on purpose, but it could come off that way. So, you just want to be courteous and respectful and kind of just aware of how maybe whatever you say or do, how it could affect others, that kind of stuff. So yeah. And look again, is it egotistical or egotistic? Considering yourself to be better or more important than other people. So that again is another thing. So just want to be careful, that that's not something that you're doing. But, again, that is one of the ways in which you can identify a person as being a narcissist. Now, of course, they have to have other ways in which, you can classify them as a narcissist, but being an egotistical person is definitely on it's like a start for that individual being toxic, negative, not constructive, unproductive, and just really insecure. It's a cover up. But yeah, so but ego though, like you may be wondering, like, oh, what's ego? Now we all have egos, right? But it's just for just for educational reasons, or to just be informative. um ego is an inflated feeling of pride in your superiority to others. Yeah, and then there's a self-importance, take pride, a feeling of self-respect and personal worth. Now, it's nothing wrong with respecting yourself and having a personal worth, because again, in order to accomplish things in life, you have to respect yourself, right? You have to have a worth. So everyone has an ego, but again, it's all about how you use your ego. Is it in a good way or is it in a bad way? So, but yeah, so like for instance, you may be like, well, hey, Joy, is having an ego good or bad? So the term ego is used, and you guys can go to Forbes.com, but basically is used to refer to a person's sense of self. It impasses their thoughts and feelings, including their self-esteem, their sense of self-importance. We all have an ego, right? A healthy ego is a good thing because it boosts your self-confidence, pushing us to confront or overcome our fears. So that's a for sure good thing. So yeah, if you have a good, healthy ego, then maybe this is going to be good for you, especially like if you need more confidence, or, maybe you're trying to accomplish a goal, or maybe you're trying to confront something, or maybe you have fears. Having a positive ego or a healthy ego is going to allow you to do this. But if you have an ego where maybe it's like, oh, well, if I do this, I'm going to outdo this person. Or if I accomplish this, then I can make other people look up to me. Or if I do this, then I'm going to look down on others. Or if I accomplish this, then I could, other people will worship me and this and that. That's a little like, or is it for the right intentions, So you just want to be careful in that regards. Yeah. Yeah. Again, it says when our ego goes unchecked, it can become toxic and damage our relationships with others. So that's where it's like it may not be on the best side. But if to have a positive ego, or to have an ego to where, you have a personal worth, you have self respect, that's always a for sure good thing. So yeah, you guys, I don't want to make this video too long. But I did also want to touch on like a real quick topic here. I hadn't really talked about it per se, and maybe we can do like a part 2 on Sunday. But basically, you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about the maybe some mistakes that some of us collectively, or just generally speaking, we may be making when it comes to going no contact with the narcissist. And the reason why I mention this is because for a lot of you that are in no contact with the narcissist, a lot of you guys are doing an awesome job. They're like, a lot of you guys are, keeping busy. You're focused on yourself. You're focused on your work, or you're focused on your priorities, your responsibilities, and things like that. Now, others of you, maybe it's for like a small select few. It could just be, maybe you could be focused on a narcissist still. Maybe you might be stalking their page, or, you may be trying to see what the new supply is doing, or, Maybe you could be getting obsessed with the narcissist, or maybe you might be reaching out to them, or maybe if the narcissist reaches out to you, you may respond. And again, as I always say, you guys, there's no judgment. This is just all about just awareness here, right? But the person that kind of brought this up on the live, this individual said that they hadn't talked to their narcissist in 7 years. And that's actually that's a good example of what to do when it comes to being in no contact with the narcissist. Because a lot of times the narcissist is very charming and they can kind of persuade you and manipulate us into contacting them, even though we're trying to go no contact. Because the whole point of going no contact with the narcissist is to protect ourselves, right? It's to protect our mental health. It's to protect us mentally, emotionally, psychologically, you know what I'm saying, away from the narcissist. Because one of the things that helped me many years ago in understanding on this whole narcissism thing was, especially when it came to like my aunt and dealing with the male narc, I had to realize that they were no longer a source of love for me. They were no longer a source of happiness. At this point, they were a source of pain. They were a source of agony. They were a source of drama. They were a source of, I think I did say unhappiness, but just a source of like discontent, boredom. They were a source of just, yeah, uncomfortable, discomfort, and really just made me feel uneasy, and also made me feel nervous and made me feel anxiety and depression. You guys know what I'm saying? Like when you're around these narcissists, and over the years, right? The longer you're around them, the different emotions you guys are going to feel. You know what I mean? And so when you can begin to kind of keep that in mind, then you can say, oh yeah, like it's best for me to protect myself. Like, you get what I'm saying? Versus me trying to, maybe see if things could be better. But in the end, because again, I understand if you have that perspective, because you could be the type of person where you give people the benefit of the doubt, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it's just after a period of time, when you're kind of seeing the same results, meaning like, maybe you could be reaching out to the narcissist, or maybe the narcissist is reaching out to you, and you're seeing that they're continuously hurting you. They're continuously causing you pain. They're continuously disappointing you, or they're continuously causing you heartache, loss, emotional losses, and things like that. And you're like, okay, this is a reoccurring pattern. This is just not once or twice or three times. This is just like a cycle here. It's just over and over and over and over thing. Then you just got to remember that it's more than likely it's not going to change, just due to a lot of people are already kind of creatures of habit, and most people don't want to change. And, they kind of just get comfortable with what they know and what they are used to, unless they kind of break free of that and they're like, hey, I want something different. Like, I want peace. I want happiness. I want joy. I want, just tranquility, that kind of stuff, serene, and so that's when you can be like, yeah, like 7 years no contact, that's bomb, you know? So, but yeah, just kind of keep in mind the mistakes that you could be making. So I guess just a quick little refresher is just, just keeping the no contact. Again, keeping busy, stay strong, stay focused on yourself, gain a hobby, exercise, just do something, like focus on your kids or focus on your work, find a project, that kind of thing. To take your mind off of the narcissist, right? For some, you may have to like maybe take a break from social media. And as always, you guys, I never tell anybody what to do. This is just things that have worked for me, right? Because I did make mistakes when it came to no contact. Like, I reached out to the narcissist many years ago, when I didn't know the dynamic of it at first. But yeah, I reached out and, got hurt again. So that was a lesson for me. Also I was like stalking on social media. I think I've admitted that in a few videos. It probably was like a year or two ago, but yeah, I can admit that, because again, there's no closure in that regard. So, a person they can wander, their mind can wander, so that was just, a mistake that I had made. And, you learn from it. And yeah, you just really have to keep your mind active, right? For the most part, keep it focused on something that's going to be positive, right? Focused on something that's productive and constructive and progressive, right? Versus something that's going to cause you pain, disappointment, and heartbreak. You know what I mean? And so, you just kind of want to keep that in mind, I'm trying to think of any other mistakes that we could be making. Yeah, holding on to hope, right? Letting go of that hope, letting go of the memories, right? The memories of the past, the memories, the biggest thing is letting go of the positive memories, because I think that's what keeps a lot of us holding on, or thinking like, oh yeah, I need to fight for this, and oh yeah, maybe I could change, or maybe I could have like did something to make it work. Let me reach out to see if there's anything else I can do here. It's like, no, you did all you can do. There's nothing you can do or say to change this narcissist, and you shouldn't want to. I mean, you just got to remember, an individual that's a narcissist, you just can't. There's nothing you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? And just knowing that you deserve better. Just remember, like, when a narcissist is treating you like crap, they're treating you like trash, and they're treating you like like waste, and that you're not important to them and you mean nothing to them. That's how they really feel. So you just want to keep that in mind, right? To help you to avoid to make these mistakes, because again, we're human, we're all going to make mistakes, no one's perfect, right? But just learn from it, right? And then, again, some of us, we may withdraw, we may have this withdrawal spell, or we may relapse, or we actually, for some, we could actually make the mistake of going back to the narcissist, like actually communicating with them, dating them, talking to them, having sex with them, or whatever the case is, right? Even though we was in no contact, some people can make that mistake. But again, it just takes for us to learn and to know better and do better for the next time, right? So, it just takes awareness, and just know, like, what do you want in your life? Everybody has different wants, right? Everybody has different needs and different desires. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what you want. So anyway, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful and insightful. Do give the video a like, share, and subscribe. I would love to know, what was you guys' biggest takeaway? What did you learn? Like, what did you kind of gain from this? Was this already confirmation? Did you already know this stuff already? Was it just more so a refresher, a reminder for you? I would love to know. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, and until the next time, take care. Bye.